Hello and welcome. My garden is starting to pop up and I have come up with a couple of, this one's really immature, but it was getting close to the ground, so I picked it. Summer squash, crooknecks, and I'm going to saute them and mix them up with my homemade pesto that I made. I don't know if you've seen that video or not, but my basil was ready, so I made pesto, and I'm going to be making some more really soon. But, and then I also have some of my fresh pasta sheets, which we're gonna cut into thick lines and create pappardelle and toss it up with our pesto and veggies. The first step is to cut our pasta pieces. And behind me, I got water in the stove, heating up to a boil, so we can cook these and mix them in with our sauteed veggies and pesto. And as you can see, I've kept the rest of these wrapped so they don't dry out while I'm cutting them up piece by piece. And here are our fresh wide cut noodles, pappardelle. And now we're gonna do the rest. We're gonna start cutting up our summer squash now. Begin by removing the ends. Cut them into bite-sized pieces. About this size. We're going to keep going till we're done with that too, and the water is almost boiling, so I've got to put the pasta in. The water has reached a full boil, and in goes our pasta. This doesn't take that long to cook because it's fresh and not dried. I'm going to stir them and cook it for a while, then we'll drain them off. Put them back in this pan, and while that's going on, we're going to saute our summer squash with some onions and then add the pesto. Maybe, I'm thinking, I might like it to be creamy, so we might have to add some cream. We'll decide. Okay. Here's our cut up summer squash. It's going into a bowl. As you might be able to see, the immature one is a little less ripe than the other ones, but they're going to be fully cooked, so it's going to be fine. Our fresh pappardelle is nice and al dente, so we're going to drain it. It's almost fully drained. And there it is. And what comes next is a few tablespoons of butter. And toss it around so it keeps this pasta from sticking together. Set it aside and make the sauce. We're going to dice up half a sweet onion. I probably won't use the whole thing, but I'm going to dice it anyway. We want to cut it this way. Now we turn it around and slice it this way. nice dice. When it's all sliced in both directions, you break it up. And we're gonna cook these until they're caramelized. And then we're gonna add the summer squash and cook that through too. So here we go. We've got a skillet over medium heat. And now we're gonna add some olive oil. And the pesto has olive oil, so we don't need a whole lot. We just need enough to fry up the veggies. And when that gets warm, we're gonna start with the onions and then add the summer squash, season them up, and then we're gonna mix it up with our pesto and pasta. Our oil is getting wiggly, and here comes some of our chopped onions. Definitely not using all of these. I think that'll do it. I'm going to reduce the temperature and I'm going to season these guys with some salt and pepper. I have this herb seasoning that I like to use, so we're going to season up with some of that too. It's a grinder. It's got carrots and dried lemon and herbs. I think that'll be good. So we're going to cook these till they're caramelized, stirring occasionally. Maybe not fully caramelized because we still have to cook the summer squash. And speaking of the summer squash, it is ready to go in, but not yet. Our onions are very nicely softened and smelling wonderful. So in comes our homegrown summer squash. And mix that in with the onions. I might want to add another sprinkle of salt and pepper to this. Season those too. I'm going to let those cook down a bit. Actually, I think I'm going to skip the extra salt and pepper. It looks like we have enough herbs and salt and pepper. And the pesto is quite flavorful on its own. So here we go. We're going to soften these up, cook them up, and we're going to assemble our summer squash pesto pappardelle. Our summer squash is tender and quite tasty. So now, here comes my pesto. This pasta lid is pretty jiggly. Now in comes our pappardelle. Toss it all together. And we need to add a little more pesto. And we're going to heat it up for a while because this pasta's been sitting at room temperature for a while. And you don't want to eat it when it's cold, you want to eat it when it's hot. So we'll get her done. I'm going to get the other pesto and maybe add a little bit more. Here comes a little bit more additional pesto. Let's see how much works. We're going to let it heat up for a little while, and then we're going to serve it up. Our summer squash pesto pappardelle is all heated up and looking quite delicious, and we're going to find out that it tastes as good as it looks. We're going to serve it up. Here's our summer squash pesto pappardelle in a plate, getting ready to serve. And I know that pesto already has some Parmesan cheese in it, but I think we're going to sprinkle just a little sprinkle over top, make it look pretty, make it taste cheesy. And there we are, ready to take a bite. Let's do it. Thank you for joining me while I used some of the first items of my summer garden. It's warmer here in North Carolina, and here is our summer squash pesto pappardelle pasta. And we're going to take a bite. Here we are on our fork. Looking good, tasting good. That's a piece of the summer squash, a summer squash string, and now we're going in. So delicious, pretty good idea, and it's just so yummy, and thank you so much again, and have a great rest of your day. See you soon.